Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday. It's my day off from work, and so we're going to get started on the vlog. Today we actually have some couches coming, so I'm kind of waiting for that delivery. We're also making good progress on the bathroom. I'll show you that in a minute. And let's see, I'm also waiting on a delivery for a frame. Whoops, that'll go like right here, and we'll finish off this whole gallery wall. And I made these cute little, I saw this on Pinterest, like little photo cards on playing cards. And so the frame I have coming has 3 different 4x6 openings. So I'm going to put one photo card in each opening. And I'm probably going to find some scrapbook paper or something to put behind them because they're obviously much smaller than a 4x6. But we'll see what it looks like when it gets here. So yeah, it's kind of an exciting day. Let me show you a quick bathroom update. Okay, so I don't think I showed you a before of the bathtub, but let's just say it was gross. It was like 30 or 40 years old, probably started off a cream color, but was very no longer cream. So we got this Rust-Oleum product. I don't see it in here, or I would show it to you. But it's like a Rust-Oleum epoxy paint that you paint your bathtub with. It sounds insane, but so far it looks really good. This is after 2 coats. And it needs a 3rd coat. You can kind of see where it's still thin in some places. But the first coat looked horrendous, which I expected because we did our research and I knew it wasn't going to look good right away. So the first coat looked awful. So the second coat is a huge improvement. And I think that the 3rd coat is going to look fabulous. So I'm really, really pleased with this. And then we don't have it in the budget right now to replace these doors, and they're fine and they function well. Plus we have kids that use this bathroom. So the doors keep the water more contained than a shower curtain would, but a shower curtain would look better. So I got one and I got a tension rod and I am going to hang it up here in front of these doors so that it'll hide the ugly, but not necessarily be functional. It's just going to be decorative. So that might be overkill, might not work. I don't know, but we're going to give it a try. And I think it's going to work good. I think. We've also picked a paint color. So we're going to go with this green here. I really like this one, but no one else in my family does. And this one looks good, but in most lights, it's much darker than that one. And I don't know, I'm just not sold. So we're gonna go with this one, which everybody likes. It's hard to see on camera, but it's a little bit more brown than that one, but not as brown as that one. Does that make any sense? I don't know, but it's all gonna be better than this sort of peachy cream. So very excited about that as well. I also think we're going to replace this medicine cabinet situation. It sticks out from the wall a couple inches, so we're gonna have to do some wall fixing when we do it, but I think it's gonna look a lot better. I have an old Hobby Lobby mirror, like the round one with a gold frame. So we're gonna take this out of the wall, patch the wall, and use the round one here instead. I think. I'm not totally sold on that project, but we'll see. We're gonna leave the existing light fixtures. They're not great, but they're okay, and that's good enough for now. This is a low budget redo. So yeah, we're probably also gonna leave the ugly vanity cabinet situation. Sorry, it's a mess right now, but such is life. If anybody has any great ideas though about what we could do about this tile, that would be fabulous. We could get another epoxy like tile paint and paint it, but I don't know that I like that idea because it's a bathroom floor and it's not gonna hold up. So I don't know. If you got any quick fixes, send them my way. So that's where we're at with that project. Today, I think I'm gonna be working on boxing up. I did a book purge on the haul recently and went through all of our books. Not all of them, that's a lie, but most of them. Here I'll show you. So this is our library. And so these shelves have a whole bunch of our books, and a lot of them were read a long time ago or haven't touched or read and will never touch again. So that's where all these stacks of books come in. They need to be boxed up and put away. Or not put away, excuse me. Boxed up and gotten ready for donation. And I have a couple boxes that have come in that I can use. I try not to put books in big boxes because then they get really heavy. So I've got a couple that came in recently that I can use to get started on this situation. So that's on the docket for today as well. Okay, that's a pretty good start. There's a whole bunch of like kids crap in the corner over here, and this nightstand came from our bedroom a long time ago and hasn't moved since. So when my husband gets home, I'm gonna have him help me move that, and then I'll clean and tidy this area, and then we should be in pretty good shape. That mirror is from the bathroom, so it will disappear eventually too, but for now that's where it's gotta stay. So. Here's the gallery wall completely finished. I hung up that card picture frame there, and I found a little like ornament frame there, and I just stuck a cutout from an old vintage gardening book of a houseplant in it. And I really like it. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Good morning. It is Thursday. I am about to head into town to get my hair cut. It's supposed to be like 71 today, but also very windy. So, I mean, that's spring in Nebraska. But I'm really liking the warmer weather lately. It feels so good. I have so much more energy. maybe that's why we've been doing all these house projects, I suppose. Oh, the bathroom is going really well. The bathtub is done. We still need to caulk the seams or joints or whatever, but it looks so good with that third coat. Oh, like so good. So much better than it did before. I'm so excited. Let's see. We did decide that we're going to tear out the medicine cabinet that's behind the main mirror, and then I had a round mirror that is just like sitting in storage and not being used for anything, so we're going to put that there instead. So this all started out as like, oh, let's just paint the bathroom and that'll be it, and now I've added all these other little projects, so it has turned into a much more drawn out thing, but it's going to look so good when it's done. So yeah, we're going to tear a big hole in the wall, and then we're going to fix it, and then we'll paint. So someday we will eventually get to the painting. So yeah, I don't know. It feels so good though. And the couches came and they look so amazing. And the gallery wall is done and it looks amazing. And it's just crazy how much small change. I mean, couches aren't small changes, but like the art was a small change. And that made a huge difference in how that room feels. And it's just incredible how much of an impact that kind of thing can have. So now I'm itching to redo some other walls and stuff and refresh a lot of art. Art can be so expensive though. Maybe I'll go by the thrift store and see if I can find anything. I feel like it's hard to thrift that kind of thing around here though. Like everybody is trying to do the same thing, and it's not a big enough town to sustain that for everybody kind of situation. So I don't know. You never know what you're gonna find though, and you'll find nothing if you don't go. So maybe I will swing by that after my haircut. Anyway, I am going to be late if I don't leave now, so let's go. Something I forgot to do, go to the post office for several months. A while ago I started a pen pal exchange with someone, and then like the holidays came and I forgot all about it. Forgot it existed. So I finally came to the post office and picked up a letter from her. Oh, so she sent one and then it was returned to her, and so she had to pay postage on it and send it back. So now I feel like a jerk because I have probably ignored her for way too long. Cards. Oh yeah, see, it was Christmas time because there's like a little Christmas card in here. It's cute. A little gingerbread insert into that. It's a little bent, probably because I had to go through the mail a couple times, but it's okay. Here's the actual letter. Oh, that's adorable. Look at that, like a little star with the little cherries hugging. Santa tag. Little vintagey Santa. Okay, so I'm going to go home and read the letter and then promptly write her one with a huge apology for forgetting that we were doing this. I can't believe I did that. A package just arrived and I'm really excited. I finally ordered myself a cowhide rug. I have wanted one for like a decade, for years and years and years. And I figured with the new couches, now is a good time as any to get it. And it just arrived. I don't know, you guys probably can't see, can you? Okay, so it's a brown and white. I found a company that tans them in Brazil. And it's speckled. You can go on their website, you can pick out the exact hide that you want. I did not get like a rug pad or anything, just because I have no experience with these, so I thought I would see what shows up here first, and then decide if we need anything else. Okay, this is kind of turning into a whole thing here. They actually misdelivered this to my in-laws' house next door, so I had to go over and steal it off of their front porch. So I don't think anybody was home. Sometimes they're home and they will let us know if a package has been misdelivered, but they weren't today. So sorry if you can hear my dog whining. She is running around anxiously looking for the cats. She's a herding dog, so the cats are her herd, I suppose, and so she gets really anxious if she can't find them. Eee, look how pretty. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's gorgeous. I'm going to lay this out and then I'll see if I can't get you guys a better look, okay? Okay, here it is. Ah, it's so good. I'm doing this sort of layered rug situation, one on top of the other. I saw it on Pinterest. I don't know. Don't come at me if you don't like it because I like it. Oh, it's so pretty, you guys. And it's so soft. Like, I have never, whoops, going the wrong way. Never actually, like, I've never owned anything cowhide before. So this is just such a surprise, but it is so soft and smooth. It's beautiful. Oh, seriously, I'm thrilled. This one is like, I think it said it was like 7 point something feet by 6.5 feet. I think I could have gone a little bigger. And maybe it would have come off the edge of the rug a little bit. I think that would have been okay. But I also think I like this. I'm so thrilled with the color. I debated for a while. The cats are going to check it out. I debated for a while between this darker brown and a lighter brown. But I'm glad I went with the darker because, oh, it's so pretty. And I love the speckling. Oh, I'm so happy with this. This could not have turned out better. Let's go over some of the books that I've bought recently. I have 8 of them sitting here next to me on the couch, and that is not necessarily all of them that I've bought recently, just the ones I'm most excited about. So I think I probably need to slow my roll a little bit, but that's okay for now because I'm really excited about some of these. I've already started Interesting Facts About Space by Emily Austin. This one is about a woman named Enid who is clearly neurodivergent if you're reading it. But I don't think she realizes that. I don't know, but it's just kind of about her navigating her life, some new relationships. She's a little bit paranoid. She goes to therapy. It is so good, you guys. Like, as someone who is neurodivergent, like, it is just so touching to read this. I don't know. Like, I can't even explain what it is that gets me, but, like, she's so relatable. She's so real. She's so, like, honest to the reader about those things that you don't admit to other people and how they make you feel and how they make you feel isolated and different and not normal. And all she wants to be is
herself, but also be accepted. And I don't know, it's so good. I highly recommend this one so far. I'm about halfway through, and I love this. Next, I have The Whispers by Ashley Audrain. Is that how you say that? Okay, and so this one, it says here at the bottom, author of The Push, and I have not read The Push, but I remember reading the synopsis, and like it might even be on my shelf already. I'm not even sure if I bought it or not, but like I want to read it so bad. It sounds so good. So when I found this one, came across this one, I also put this one on my shelf. It's about this woman named Whitney, and she's kind of like the, well-to-do, everybody respects and admires her in the neighborhood. And then there's a neighborhood party, and she snaps at her son. He disobeys her, and she just like loses it on him. And then a few nights later, that son falls out his bedroom window. And so he goes to the hospital. And so it follows Whitney and a couple of neighbors and the ER doctor who helps treat the boy. And it says at the end, exploring envy, women's friendships, desire, and the intuitions that we silence. The Whispers is a chilling novel that marks Ashley Audrain as a major fiction talent. So it's kind of those like hidden things that we don't talk about. This one's in a much darker vein, but that sounds so interesting. So I'm really excited to read that one. I also recently picked up Whidbey by T. Kira Madden. This one is an Aardvark pick if you subscribe to Aardvark. I do not, but I really wanted this one, so I went ahead and just bought it. And if I remember right, so there's this girl, Birdie, who was harmed by a man named Calvin Boyer when she was a child, and then she goes back to Whidbey Island and interacts with another woman who was harmed by the same man, and like that woman wrote a memoir, and so she's reading the memoir. Birdie is, and she goes back to the island and she reads the memoir, and she's really haunted by this story because she recognizes a lot of herself in it. And then they find out that the man has been murdered, and they are kind of like looking for answers there. So it says, exploring the long reach of violence and our flawed systems of incarceration and rehabilitation. This is a tense and provocative debut that's sure to incite crucial questions about the pursuit of justice and who has real power over a story, the one who lives it or the one who tells it. So if that doesn't sound interesting to you, then I don't know if we can be friends, because that sounds so good. So yeah, you're kind of looking at this like legacy of harm that this guy left behind from several different perspectives. The girl who went through it, the woman who wrote the book, the mother of the man, and the way those stories intertwine, and how none of them is, like the complete truth, but there's truth in there somewhere. So I'm, again, really excited. The last two, The Whispers and this one, are probably the next two that I will read, I think, because they just are, I'm so looking forward to that. I also grabbed Day One by Abigail Dean, and this one is about kind of a sensitive topic. It's a man opens fire at an elementary school play, and so then you follow some of the characters after that shooting. So it says that two young people find themselves at the epicenter of the uproar. Marty, the town's golden girl and daughter of a teacher killed that day, and Trent, whose memories of his brief time trying to fit into Stonesmere fuel his attachment to the conspiracies. So I've heard that this one was based a little bit on what happened at Sandy Hook. I don't know. I think that this one is going to be really moving, really provocative, bring up a lot of questions. Next is This Story Might Save Your Life by Tiffany Crum. This was one of my Book of the Month picks, and it's about two friends that run a podcast, and they tell like survival stories, and then one of the partners, her and her husband, go missing, and so the remaining partner has to find them and find out what happened. So they kind of live out their own survival story. It sounds like a pretty basic concept thriller, but I love one of those. So this one is also on my list. Then I also, from Book of the Month, got Kin by Tayari Jones. And this is about two friends who grow up in the South, and as they grow older, they each have different experiences with mothers. And what motherhood means to them. And so you're exploring like their friendship and their relationships with their mothers, complexities of like just those female relationships. So yeah, this one sounds like a deeper read, a little bit more literary. But yeah, I've never read anything by T.R.E. Jones. I know she had another one, An American Marriage, that was really popular. But she sounds like a smart writer, very moving, very lots of depth and complexity there. So excited about this one. Okay, so two more. Keeper of Lost Children by Sadika Johnson. I'm not sure how you say that, but I hope that's right. Of an American officer who lives in Germany post-war, so in the 1950s, finds an orphanage filled with the abandoned mixed-race children of German women and Black American GIs, and she helps them find loving homes. And then later on, then there's another character, Ozzie Phillips, who is in, so there's three different timelines. There's the 1950s timeline with the woman in the orphanage. Then there's this second timeline with Ozzie, and he is a Black American GI, and says so he meets a woman in Germany while he's there, and they embark on a relationship. Then in the 60s, there's a third character, Sophia Clark, who gets to go to an all-white boarding school. And it says in the course of her studies, she discovers a secret that upends her world and sends her on a quest to unravel her own identity. So I suspect that she's probably one of those children from the orphanage. I don't know. We'll see. But it says that Keeper of Lost Children explores how one woman's vision will change countless lives and demonstrates that love in its myriad forms, familial, parental, and forbidden, and even love of self, can be transcendent. So that sounds like a really incredible story. I think it's based on a true story. I don't know. I might be wrong about that, so don't take my word for it. But it sounds really interesting. I love a good war story like that post-war era too. Like, it's just, I find that so interesting. The final one is Where the Wildflowers Grow by Tara Shelton Harris. This one is about a woman, Lee Wild, and it says Lee is the last of the Wilds. She knows this because she watched them all die. So she's on a transport bus to go to prison, and it crashes, and she's the only survivor. So she runs, and then she finds a flower farm in rural Alabama. And she says what Lee doesn't expect is the found family there who have built something from the wreckage of their own lives. And so she kind of integrates into that found family. And of course, they suspect secrets, and the past can never stay buried. So she has to eventually confront that. And I don't know, this one just sounds kind of wild and really interesting. Plus, look at the spine. Isn't that fun? Some of these printed spines are really sprayed edges or whatever they call them. They can be really fun. So also on the list. So yeah, that's kind of a lot. I know that it seems like a lot to me. I don't know, 8 books. And again, that's not the only one. There were 2 more at least in my book of the month box. I also got The Bright Years and The Favorites, which are really popular picks. So I'm excited to read those. I've gotten a couple more off of Amazon recently as well. But I need to keep up. I'm also reading right now, in addition to interesting facts about space, The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley on audiobook. I think this is my first Lucy Foley. She's a thriller writer, but it's one of those like whodunit what happened stories so far, and very intriguing. I listen to that one in the car when I can, so I'm excited to keep going with that one. But yeah, what are you guys reading lately? What should I add to my pile? Because apparently I'm always looking for new books. Yeah, probably going to end the vlog here so that I can go and get some reading done. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye.